Hi everyone, and welcome back to Off My FPL. We're just gonna quickly look at last week's results this upcoming week and talk about all the transfers I've made and all the crazy stuff that's happening this week in the world of the English Premier League. It's been pretty crazy. A lot of COVID stuff, a lot of injuries, a lot of postponements, a lot of interesting stuff happening. So let's talk about it. So last week was overall pretty decent. I mean, it did see us lose about 20k in rank, which is not great, or actually more like 15k, I think, roughly. Yeah, about 15k in rank. We finished on 43 points, which is not fantastic. It was the exact average of everybody else. We looked at the games. The Everton-Arsenal game wasn't great for us. Everton ended up winning that game 2-1, which I do like because I don't like Arsenal, but watching Ramsdale concede 2 goals is not fun, and especially when Smith Rowe isn't on the field. I was expecting him to play, but it is what it is. It's a bit annoying there. If we look at the defense, our defense did not do great. The only thing that was nice was the Liverpool-Wolves game for us, where Trent Alexander-Arnold got a clean sheet and I believe a couple bonus points. Salah with an assist, which is decent. And Jota, who should have scored, but didn't, unfortunately. It was a bit annoying there. Livermento came off our bench for Tony. I guess Tony had COVID and missed the game, which is unfortunate. Rafinha doing all right in the game against Brentford. It would have been nice to see Tony playing that game, considering I believe it finished 2-2. So I bet Tony probably could have been on the end of some of those goals, but it is what it is. It's a bit unfortunate, but at least Rafinha got an assist, even though he did not keep a clean sheet. I'm pretty sure he got a yellow card as well, or he would have got 6 points. A player we were pretty lucky to have on the pitch was Antonio. He got an assist in the Chelsea game, which I was not expecting at all. When I brought him in, I was bringing him in for the next couple weeks. He was not a player that I was expecting to play this week. He was somebody that I thought was going to sit on my bench as either the first or second option, depending on who came on. And because of Smith Rowe's injury, we got Antonio on. I think that's probably for the best in the end. I don't think Smith Rowe was very likely to score or assist in that Everton game because Arsenal were looking that amazing. So we take the assist, take the 5 points. Pretty happy with that. Although we're happy that that Antonio got the assist in the West Ham game, I am a bit disappointed that they scored so many goals against Chelsea. Chelsea got absolutely run riot in that game, and having James and Rudiger was not a great combination for that week. Harry Kane, of course, blanking again. No surprise there. I mean, I know it was Norwich, so we were expecting a lot from him, but he did not score and did not get any points. Just has a solid 2-point performance. He's a 2-point merchant. Okay, well, let's move on to the next week's team and look at all the transfers I made. Okay, so here's the team for Gameweek 16. As we can see, there are 3 transfers made in this team. We'll just quickly go over the fixtures that are coming up, and then we'll go over the transfers I made and why I made them, and then we'll look at the projected scores and what I think the team is going to get. So I'll start off with the goalkeeper and defense. Ramsdale, Southampton at home. I'm thinking that it should be a clean sheet. They don't have that much attacking prowess, so I'm hoping that they can keep a clean sheet. Same thing I'm hoping for, and basically my entire back line. My entire back line is at their home stadium, so I'm hoping for at least. I'm expecting out of the back line 3 out of 5 clean sheets. I'm expecting a Leeds clean sheet, but obviously they are pretty good, and I'm kind of worried that with Bamford back and Rafinha playing well and Ayling coming back, that they could potentially nick a goal. I'm not too worried about Aston Villa. I know Watkins and the Aston Villa team did really well against Liverpool last season, but I think that Liverpool are much better this season. I think they can hold to a clean sheet. I think the same thing with Wolves against Man City. Man City are just an amazing team, and I don't think Wolves have the attacking prowess to get through them. I think the entire back line could really get clean sheets. 5 out of 5 would not be that surprising to me, but I'm expecting more 3 out of 5. Trying to keep it realistic. Moving on to our midfield, we'll start with the Liverpool boys. Aston Villa at home. I mean, Steven Gerrard has made their defense a lot better, so I'm a little bit worried about that, but it is at Anfield. I'm expecting them to have a pretty good game. I think that Salah could easily get a couple goals. He got another goal in the midweek. I am a little bit worried about Jota. It seemed like he wasn't training this week for some reason. So I wouldn't be surprised if Smith Rowe or Livermento came on for him if he's benched and doesn't come off his bench. So that is a little bit worrying considering Firmino's back. But I mean, in a couple weeks' time here, Salah will be off to AFCON and Jota will be back in the starting lineup. And then maybe after that we can reassess what we're going to do with Jota. Looking at our first transfer in this week, we got Bowen. He's playing Burnley away with Antonio. I think this is a great fixture for him. I think that Bowen and Antonio looked really good in the Chelsea game. Bowen scoring and I believe assisting in that game, getting like 10 or 11 points, doing really, really well. I would expect him to keep up that form, especially with this fixture run coming up. West Ham's fixtures are absolutely ridiculous. And we're going to take a quick look here just to get a full grasp how good they are. They got Burnley, Arsenal, Norwich, Southampton, Watford, Crystal Palace, Leeds. They have Manchester United, which is not a great fixture. Then they have Watford, Leicester away, Newcastle, Wolves. I mean, it's really like it's a really an amazing run almost at the end of the season. Like up until like this Burnley fixture, it's an amazing run. And even then, like it's just ridiculous. Like the rest of their season is so good. They must have had so many hard fixtures when I dropped Antonio, because their fixtures until the end of the season are so amazing. It's actually ridiculous. Bowen could be a season keeper, to be honest. I know I said that about Rafinha, but those fixtures coming up for Rafinha were absolutely disgusting. I think he had Chelsea, Liverpool, and Man City all away with 3 out of the 4 fixtures, and then he had Arsenal in the middle of those. Just absolutely disgusting. So Bowen out for Rafinha was an absolute no-brainer to me, and I thought it was absolutely necessary. So that's the first transfer. Let's look at the second transfer he made, which was we took Tony out for King. This wasn't a transfer I was planning on making. I wanted to keep him for the Watford game, Tony, but he got COVID, and it sounds like he's going to miss the Watford game and could potentially miss the Manchester United game. So having a player who's not going to play any games at $6.7 million is just not worth it. So I decided to bring in King. I think that his underlying stats are better than Dennis's, so I thought that he was a better player to bring in for the price, considering they were basically the same price by the time I brought him in. And the reason I was looking at Watford players in the first place for their fixtures is not only have they been in great form, but their next few fixtures are absolutely ridiculous. Up until probably like the Norwich result, their fixtures are absolutely amazing. With Tottenham, yes, it's going to be a hard game, and so is West Ham, but Tottenham have a lot of fixture congestion that they're going to have now because of all the COVID stuff and the postponement of the Burnley game. They're going to have so many fixtures coming up, they might be tired, and Watford could nick a goal, and I would not be surprised if King was on the end of it. Another reason that King was chosen over Dennis is because of the AFCON that I was talking about with Salah. The second that competition starts, Dennis is going off to that, and yeah, I mean, King is staying behind, so I mean, somebody has to score the goals, and if Dennis isn't there, even though he's on red-hot form, King will have to step up and hopefully get some goals. It also seems like he's on penalties. I'm not sure that's 100% confirmed because it was when Sarr was not on the pitch, but Sarr did miss, I think, 1 or 2 penalty attempts against Manchester United, so I wouldn't be surprised if he potentially lost his penalties, and I wouldn't be surprised if King gained them. The last transfer I made, and which was for the -4, was Ronaldo from Kane. I was going to keep Kane for this week. I thought Brighton home, not a bad fixture. They have a lot of injuries. Tottenham look pretty good. They've been playing a lot better, thinking that they can do well. And then COVID just comes in and absolutely destroys Tottenham. Jesus. Then I think that now they're reporting there's over 20 different people, first team and first team coaches that have COVID. The stadium has been locked off. They're not playing the midweek game against Rennes, I believe. So overall, a bad time for Tottenham players, and it's a bad time to be owning them because now their fixture's been postponed. So it really sucks. But let's not look at the negatives for too long. We got Cristiano Ronaldo. The thought process was potentially to do to do Kane to Watkins, and then bring up Smith Rowe to Son. But if Tottenham's fixtures are going to be postponed, and what would be the point next week of bringing in Son if he's not going to have Leicester away potentially, because he's one of the players that's said to have COVID. So, and there's no I don't think there's any point in keeping 4 or 5 million in the bank just in case I want to bring in someone like Son in the future. It's such a waste of funds when there's so much opportunity in this team. So I thought bring in Ronaldo now. If I really, really want to, I can always downgrade him to someone like Watkins in the future. Bring Smith Rowe up to Son when their fixtures get really good. Maybe bring Rudiger down to Reguilon because their fixture build-up is going to be crazy. There's predictions that potentially Gameweek 21 they can have a triple game week. So if they have that, Son triple captain is absolutely almost a must-have. You don't get many triple game weeks in fantasy Premier League, so you got to take advantage when you do. And it would be fantastic for me as a Tottenham fan because I'd just be every time Son scores, it's double the orgasmic feeling. But yeah, this is the team. It's projected for one of the highest projection scores we've had this season. It's about 68.8, I believe, which is pretty amazing. We'll see if they can actually do what their prediction says. They've been on a run of not beating their predictions, which is pretty unfortunate. I think something more realistic would probably be like 60 points. I think the reason that the prediction is so high is because they have so many home fixtures, so that gives them a lot of potential for clean sheets, which I don't disagree with. I think it's very possible. I just worry about it a little bit too much. So I think odds are 60 points is probably more realistic and probably going to be closer to the real score than 68, but we'll have to wait and see for this weekend. Thank you everybody for watching. I appreciate it. Let me know if you have any questions about the team or your own teams in the comments down below. And I hope everyone has a good game week. Cheers, everybody.